Hello everyone and welcome to Lipnox VR. Today I'm checking out a beta of a brand new game called World Flight. This one is coming at us from Zero Gravity Games, and it has one really cool aspect about it. So basically, you're flying around the world using basically the Google Maps version of, or the Google Earth version of the map. So you can literally fly, go to any location. They have like all the airports mapped out to take off from, or you just, if you choose an area that doesn't have a nearby airport, you literally just start in sky. And it is so cool. There are some 3D buildings that actually stand up out of the ground. But okay, first things first, yeah, we're talking about Google Earth here. So in terms of it being super high resolution where you can make out all the little details, not so much. But you can use a plane or helicopter. It's got dynamic weather. It has all the settings you can mess around with and tweak, and you can set the time of the year, you can set the weather. I guess I said the weather already, but time of day. Like it's crazy how much you can change with this for being something that honestly I love the app Wander. I love being able to sort of go into, VR, but be able to look around and see everything around me. But I haven't played any game in VR that utilized that kind of technology with the map and gave me the real world in a game as good as this one does. I know the VR Fit game, I think it is, lets you sort of walk around using the Google Maps like picture things and creates your ongoing running kind of cycle that's real life. But like there's no loading, there's no anything like that. It's completely seamless. You can literally fly from one side of the world to the other side of the world. The whole world is mapped out here. Like that is something to be said just right there. That for me right there is why this is a hype title. Why I had so much fun playing this, why I liked it so much. Because World Flight is the kind of game that, yes, it's got the real things in regards to how you have to properly start the airplane or the helicopter and flick all the right switches and then take off. And if you're interested in doing the landing stuff, you can land too. And it has tutorial sheets to teach you how to use these things, but you're using your hands with the VR controllers and interacting with all these things, so you need to know what you're doing in that regard. But it's a full simulation, but not too complicated simulation of the whole world to fly around. So that just it's so good to just think that, to see that, to play that. And even if the graphics aren't the most mind-blowingly high resolution thing, when you go to some of these places like with the Eiffel Tower or with these landmarks, it does look really cool. And you're flying up high, you're just looking down. It being crystal clear isn't a huge priority as much as it's just this is cool to even see this like this. Now, some of the cities I went to really didn't sell the city it was for me, because the closer you get to the ground, the more just blocky-ish everything looks, and it kind of looks like the apocalypse. But, you keep a good height, and it's awesome. And, even when it is a little bit crumbled up or blocky and pixelated kind of thing, you still can make out roughly what you're looking at, and you can get the gist of this is a real place, this is a real city. If you go to these cities, if you live in these cities, you're going to recognize the landmarks, the buildings, and where you are when you're flying over this stuff, and that is really cool. The only thing I will say though, other than maybe the lower resolution images, but that's just what they look like. There's no getting around that. But the other thing that I would say did sort of bother me is yes, it's a beta, but we are severely lacking in options right now, and there's no sitting or standing options, and just you literally you get to choose basically the situation you're in terms of the time of day, the weather, or those types of things, your location that you want to take off from, and a helicopter or plane. Those are your basic settings. You can turn off the tutorial card sheets that are in the thing once you know what you're doing for a more immersive experience, but you don't really have any more options other than that. And I think it would have been better if they had made it so that you could go to an options menu while you're playing to fix the sitting and standing things or change audio things. Maybe they could give you some sort of radio or music player or something if you're doing long trips. But either way, I just really like this game. It's beta, so I don't think it's available yet to purchase, but when it does come out, World Flight is one that you should keep an eye out for. I give it my full approval on this preview, I guess, and definitely recommend checking it out when you can. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a wonderful day, and keep it real.